Human, 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 human. Hello, and welcome to the Annie Altman Show, the podcast, Season 3. The Annie Altman Show projects are field research for the HumAnnie, an interactive stand-up comedy musical philosophy show from the perspective of a human named Annie. Hey, it's me. The HumAnnie is about how no one ever fully figures out how to human, how there's 10 C themes of the human experience connected by the C theme of connection, and about how openly discussing these themes is part of maximizing resource equity and minimizing human suffering. Hurt people, and everybody hurts sometimes. Acknowledging basic human needs as human rights helps everyone. Philosophizing is at the top of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and so is a privileged activity I get to engage in because my foundational needs for food, water, and shelter are consistently met. I offer the HumAnnie 10 C themes of the human experience as a language-based reasoning reminder that we're all more similar than we are different, shown by the connected life themes we all seem to encounter. I use the 10 C's to check in with my own life, sometimes visualizing where I feel I'm at with one of them on bell curve distribution, which is a rotated letter C. C is also the speed of light constant, which I find pretty cool. Science and spirituality are also more similar than they are different, both serving to benefit humanity. Pick your faith. We're all humans reminding each other how to human, making this human thing up as we human along. Life is paradox. The 10 C's are consciousness, choice, change, compassion, communication, community, creation, charge, curiosity, and courage. The 5th C is communication. How are you expressing yourself? Language is one tool for communication, for expression, and there's all sorts of tools. We currently, with technology, have opened up infinitely more tools, opening up more tools for communication. And I believe communication, in a grand humaning sense, is a reminder that we're all here together. And on a personal sense, it is a mind-body connection, communication through our breath, through any sorts of health, mental, physical, spiritual, that we are processing. Processing to me is semi-synonymous to communicate with that word, with communication. I personally care a lot about authenticity and honesty with communication because, while it's fun and silly that miscommunications are potentially most of comedy in life, they're gonna be there. They will arise, and so honestly, I get confused about lack of authenticity and honesty, though also am human and miscommunicate with myself and my own authenticity and honesty. So it's all paradox here. And part of this podcast, all of these projects of communicating in different forms are a way for me to do a practice of communication in a way that my intention is to encourage communication outside of the kitchen where I am recording this, with people to communicate with themselves and with others in direct ways, in new ways, using nonviolent communication, using language from therapy, at the base of things, focusing on I statements and checking in with your consciousness about how you communicate with yourself, because what I have learned and continue to learn and potentially will continue to learn is that how I talk to myself is how I talk to others. How I talk about myself is how I talk about others. and talk about the world, and this can get into everything's a reflection of us and communicating with us as well. And communication is a very goofy part of humaning, in that, in my experience, it's a really easy way to remember that mistakes, great timing, are going to happen, that it's part of the learning process, that it is the process of processing communication. And I like to use the bell curve graph here to notice over versus under communication with myself and with others, and sort of that balance of forcing versus neglecting, and how I am using compassion, using the memory that things are going to keep changing, and so communication and check-ins are something that feel beneficial to me to make choices and use my consciousness, to expand my consciousness more, and to play, to remember that using one type of communication, language, to view it, part of learning language is making a lot of mistakes and playing and saying things quote incorrectly, and then you learn and you keep going, and owning that mistake is part of the honesty, and again, part of the process of communicating. I'm in circles communicating at this point about communication. Thank you so much for tuning in to listen. Thanks for connecting yourself with this project, and in any way, listening to any of these counts as some sort of connection, and I really appreciate it. I would super appreciate for you to check out theanniealtmanshow.com and learn more about these projects and other projects going on, to share any of the podcasts, any of the YouTube videos, blog posts, anything that resonates with you. And if you are able and interested to contribute on Patreon, please check out patreon.com/theanniealtmanshow. If you are not able, there's so many ways to contribute besides dollars, to share and to connect, to rate, review. Any of those things really mean a lot to me, and thank you so much again for your time and attention, and thanks for being you.